The University of Florida made headlines last week by prohibiting 3 of its professors from providing expert testimony in a lawsuit challenging a new law that restricts voting rights in Florida. Florida's recently passed law, which was championed by Ron DeSantis, unconstitutionally discriminates against minorities and other groups because it creates major obstacles to vote by mail, it limits access to drop boxes, and criminalizes activities such as providing water to citizens who are waiting in line to vote. These professors were called upon to simply tell the truth about how this new law would impact Florida voters. They were silenced by the university and told they could not testify because it would be adverse to the university's interests. So apparently, one of the University of Florida's top interests is never conflicting with the administration of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, and way at the bottom of the list is their interest in free speech and voting rights and the academic rights of its own professors. 3 political science professors were banned from testifying: Department Chair Daniel Smith, nationally recognized election expert Michael McDonald, and Professor Sharon Austin, who specializes in African American political behavior. With the university's permission, professors have provided testimony in voting rights cases before, so why allow your professors to provide testimony in past voting rights cases but not this one? According to professors, the work has always been encouraged by the university and has been a way for faculty to augment their salaries, as well as bring notoriety to the institution. So what has changed? Ron DeSantis has threatened to withhold funds from public Florida schools for far pettier reasons than opposing his proposed legislation, so I wouldn't be surprised if UF was doing this out of fear. They probably don't want to tarnish the relationship they have with state officials, but that's not a good enough excuse for this. When asked if he was involved in the decision, Ron DeSantis responded that his communications about the law are protected from disclosure because discussions about legislation are privileged. So he claimed executive privilege, which only a governor or the president have the power to do. And it essentially means I don't have to tell you and I don't have to tell you why. The United Faculty of Florida, a union representing 25,000 educated professionals, condemned the decision in a statement released after a story about it was first published late Friday by the New York Times. They stated, "We stand with our members and their duty to share their expertise for the public good," following that up by saying, "We stand with all Floridians and their right to criticize their government." And when pressed about what many are calling a freedom of speech violation, the university released the following statement: "It is important to note that the university did not deny the First Amendment rights or academic freedom of these professors. Rather, the university denied requests of these full-time employees to undertake outside paid work that is adverse to the university's interests as a state of Florida institution. If, as it appears to be, the issue is that the testimony would go against the state's case, then it is an obvious and egregious restriction of freedom of speech." The University of Florida must decide where they stand on this issue, because if they do not reverse their position, the professors will consider filing a lawsuit in federal court arguing that academic freedom and First Amendment rights are being violated. Professor Smith has vowed, "We will not back down from this attack on our First Amendment rights to speak out on our own time, on matters of great public importance." In a news release to the union, Sharon Austin made a powerful statement: "A Southern black woman who is not fighting for voting rights is a sellout to her community. I refuse to teach my students that it's important to fight for voting and civil rights and then not fight for those rights myself." Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think the professors should be allowed to testify as they have many times in the past? Did UF overstep here, muzzling its professors in this case? We're going to keep following this story. Like this video and subscribe to stay up to date. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.